Today we're going to talk about wheel alignment, or toe in or toe out, of recumbent trikes and velomobiles. One of the more critical setup measurements of a recumbent trike or a human powered vehicle or velomobile is actually the alignment of the front wheels. This alignment needs to be pretty much millimetre perfect, or else it will contribute to tyre wear and inefficiency in the bike. We're going to have a brief conversation about how to use one of these things. How to use one of these things in a pinch if you really have to. But more importantly, we're going to talk about this tool that we've developed. It overcomes many of the shortcomings of the other options. This is a sliding gauge wheel alignment tool. Trisled actually makes one, but most of the trike manufacturers make one, and it's kind of the conventional way of measuring and adjusting the toe in and toe out on your trike. The way you use this tool is actually to slide it out measuring between the two rims, both at the front and at the back of the trike, front wheels. Now this is all well and good, but the one problem that this tool has is that these trikes often have a little bit of what's called camber, in other words tilt up in the front wheels. So to get an accurate measurement, you have to make sure that the tool is positioned at the same height front and rear. There are a few ways to do this. You can use a block here and a block here and a block each side so that you're measuring at the same height. You can mark it out with some tape or permanent marker on the rim. There are quite a few videos on YouTube explaining how to use this tool in depth, so I won't go into it here. I might just leave some links in the description. But that need to get the tool at the same height on the wheels can really undermine the accuracy of your measurements and your ability to get the wheels completely parallel or in tow. That's where we've come up with this other tool called the Trisled Under Toe tool, which relies on holding onto the wheels rather than using a slide gauge measurement tool. You simply drop the wheels into here and actually wiggle it around until it's all properly aligned. And what happens is you can actually measure here and here, going for a match so that your front wheels are completely in tow. I've gone ahead and set up this Greenspeed GT20 on the tool. As you can see, the wheels are sitting in the V's on each side. And as it's one I prepared earlier, we can see that it's already been adjusted in tow. You can see just over 230 and just over 230, which means this trike is now running in tow, or zero tow, which is what we're going for. One nice thing with this setup is you can actually adjust the linkages at the same time to get the handlebar alignment on multi-linkages trikes like Ice and Greenspeed using the tool. It cuts it down to about a 5-minute job, which is great. This is the Trisled Hornet original prototype, or as we've nicknamed it, the Test Mule. Test Mule's probably done quite a few tens of thousands of Ks now over the last 7 years. And we don't treat it kindly. The whole idea is to test the machine. So I figured it was a good candidate to actually put the undertow tool on for a bit of a look. So you can see that I've put the tool under the trike and got both front wheels sitting into their V's here. And if we check, you can see we've got a bit over 78 and a bit over 78. So great news, it's still in tow. This is probably one of the major reasons we developed this tool. It enables us to actually get the trike back in tow without having to take it out of its fairing. So super handy for racing human powered vehicles and velomobiles, but also really good as a shop tool for setting up Greenspeeds and Ices and things with multi-linkage steering in a fast, efficient way so that you can be sure. The linkages on most trikes feature a left hand and then a right hand rod end on each end of the linkage. So you back off the lock nuts and twist the rod to adjust the measurement, and then do up the nuts once you've got the setting you need. However, on Trisled trikes we actually run right hand rod ends. That means you actually have to take the bolt out, twist the rod end half a turn, and then put the rod back in to make an adjustment. About 1/2 turn equals about a millimetre out at the rim of adjustment. The reason we don't run left hand right hands is if this nut comes loose you don't lose your toe setting. It just means the rod will just wander between the two rod ends and stay in tow more considerately. We haven't found in most of the tri-sled designs that toe in or toe out variances through the life of the trike are very common, so it makes sense to lock it in, which is why we made this choice. To do a toe in and toe out measurement using a tape measure, you simply pick it up and just put it back in your toolbox. Just don't bother trying to use a tape measure. The odds of you actually improving the toe setting on your trike using a tape measure to what it was before are fairly unlikely. If you haven't got the right tools to do the job, you're probably best leaving it alone. The Trisled Under Toe tool is available in the Trisled online store. I'll put a link in the description so you can pick yourself one up if you want one. We can do international shipping as well as Australia-wide. If this video was informative or entertaining, please like and subscribe to the channel. You'll probably find a bunch of other stuff we've done interesting. We do all sorts of custom builds and human-powered vehicle racing content. If you'd like to support this channel, please click on the link below to buy me a coffee. We make human-powered things for a living, but I make these videos for free, so contributing there actually inspires me to make more videos and more content for you all. See you in the next one. Cheers!